In my line of practice, you're dealing with people in what I believe is considered the most stressful part of their lives. And what I enjoy is taking people from point A, where they're in the middle of the stress, in the middle of the chaos, in the middle of a lot of emotions, and getting them to point B. And so I don't actually see the satisfying part, where in the middle, when we're going to court and you're trying to resolve everything, you're trying to set up the next stage of their lives, it's still a little hectic, still a little chaotic. Even when you get the court order saying, here's how it's gonna go, there's not really that sense of relief. It's just, okay, all right, now I'm into setting up that next stage. It's the year down the road that I like seeing. You know, I get the call from the client, hey, things are going great. You know, I had one back in February. I hadn't talked to her for a while. I asked her how things are going. Oh, we're pregnant with our, you know, she had found another husband, got pregnant, and now everything's going great and everything's set up well, and there's a schedule and there's an order, and everyone's adjusted to their life. One of the most satisfying cases I had, the client, when I first met her, in the conference room in my law firm, crying, tears, you know, having dealt with some abuse situation, emotional and physical. And I just guided her through the whole divorce process and got a great result. And it was, you know, 6 months down the road, she came back into my office and she was just confident, she was happy, she was thrilled. I mean, that's where I get the most enjoyment, is getting people from point A to point B. And like I said, it's never really with me. It's 6 months down the road when they've adjusted to their new life, but they got to that new life and they're happy. And that's what I get the most satisfying out of working with my clients. I do primarily family law. That's divorces, that's custody, that's child support, spousal support. I do anti-nuptial agreements, marital property agreements in Wisconsin, anti-nuptial here in Minnesota. They're prenups, that's what they call. Divorces, you know, there's custody, there's the financial aspects. Custody itself, I've done paternity cases. I did a huge paternity case, ended last year. I also help out a little bit because with the family law, you're dealing with all aspects of someone's life. You know, you're helping with businesses if they need to be split up. You're helping with kids. I also, you know, I tell people go and get your estate planning taken care of. And I do a little bit of advice on that, but also obviously we have people within our office that help out with that. But the big thing about family law is you're dealing with all aspects of their lives and you're dealing with the most personal of aspects in people's lives. So I try to keep my hand in everything in a lot of ways. The story I always like to tell, I always kind of knew I was going to law school. I was a political science major in college, and with the anticipation of going to law school, I think it probably stemmed when I was a kid. For whatever reason, I was 3, 4, I loved reading books, and my grandparents always got me president books because that was what I was into. And one I obviously went towards was Abraham Lincoln. And I just love the story of him riding the rails, being a lawyer in these different small counties and helping people. And, you know, I realized as I get older, he was probably the best attorney in the country by the time he became president. And I just thought, yeah, attorneys, those are the important people. Those are the people that help people. They're in the community, they're working with people. And so for whatever reason, that was just always in my brain. And that's why I eventually decided to go to law school. Well, I've got 2 little ones at home under the age of 3 at the moment, so I don't really do anything other than take care of my kids and spend time with my wife. My oldest is going to be 3 in August, so 2.5 now, and my youngest just turned 1 yesterday. And they just keep me busy running around, you know, starting to try to get them into the things I like. I brought my oldest to his first Twins game with my dad a couple of weeks ago. My youngest is starting to crawl, so we're starting to worry about, you know, is he going to start taking stuff from Leo? They get along great right now, but we'll see what happens when they get a little older and they start having to interact with each other and do with each other. So that's most of my life right now. I'm a big baseball fan, which you can tell. I have family around the area. We like to go swimming too, but mostly I'm just tired all the time because I've got to take care of 2 little kids.